Let's talk about something that's got Madrid fans a little bit confused right now. Mbappe. Yeah, you heard me right. We all thought this guy was going to come in and just destroy it, but let's be real. Is he really fitting in? Now, if you caught his debut in El Clásico, it wasn't exactly the dream start we were all hoping for. More like a full-on nightmare, to be honest. In the 30th minute, Mbappe did what he does best. Cut inside, danced past the keeper, and slotted it perfectly into the bottom corner. Mbappe celebrated like he just won the World Cup, but then VAR stepped in. And yep, you guessed it, offside by the tiniest margin. But this wasn't just some one-time mess-up. Barcelona's highline that night, it completely shredded Madrid. They got caught offside 12 times. And guess what? Mbappe was the guilty party for 8 of them. So here's the big question. Is Mbappe just a system player? Like, did he only look like a beast at PSG because they built their whole setup around him? Is he really destroying Real Madrid? Or can he actually find his groove and make it work at Madrid? Before we kick off, make sure to subscribe to Goat Blender for the best in football stories, epic highlights, and the debates every fan loves. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and let's hear what you think. 5 goals in 16 games from open play? That's not the kind of numbers we expected from someone like Mbappe, right? La Liga's been exposing some serious flaws in his game.
Real Madrid is not PSG, I can tell you. There is different environment. Spanish, they are different.
Back in League One, he was the king of open spaces, blasting past defenders like it was a sprint. But La Liga? Totally different. Teams here don't just let you waltz through. They're compact, organized, and tough to break down. That speed he used to rely on? In Spain, defenders are making sure he can't just run wild. And here's the real issue. Mbappe in tight spaces? Not exactly top tier. His first touch can be all over the place, and in La Liga, where defenders close you down in a flash, that's a major problem. Sure, he's got good technique, but when things get crowded, he's not at the level of La Liga's best. He can't quite handle the pressure the way players like Messi or Vinicius Jr. do. At PSG, he was the focal point. Everything went through him. He had all the freedom, all the space, and no one was rushing him. But at Madrid, he's got to fit into a team that's already stacked with stars. Madrid's fanbase? Brutally honest. Teammates? They'd expect him to perform at their level too. Madrid doesn't wait forever for you to find your groove. They'll give him time, but if this keeps up, fans are going to start asking if all the hype was worth it. Look, last season, Mbappe finished as the top scorer with an insane 52 goals. But in his first 3 La Liga games against mid-tier teams like Mallorca, Real Valladolid, and Las Palmas, 0 goals, 0 assists, and Madrid only grabbed 1 win from those 3 games. Those teams weren't exactly world beaters, so that lack of impact raised a lot of eyebrows. He did pick it up a bit later, scoring 5 goals in 4 games, but 3 of those were penalties. So yeah, he's struggling to find the net from open play. That's a problem for a guy who's supposed to be a game changer. Now, the big question is, what's actually holding Mbappe back at Madrid? He's made it clear. He doesn't want to play as the main striker. He wants to be out on the wing, where he can use his pace and creativity. But here's the problem. Madrid already has Vinicius Jr., who's absolutely on fire. Vini had a Ballon d'Or worthy season last year. Moving him to make space for Mbappe? Not happening. Taking Vini out of his rhythm to suit Mbappe's style would totally mess up the team's flow. And honestly, maybe Florentino Perez got a little too carried away with this one. Dropping big money on a player without really thinking about how he fits into the system? That's risky business, especially at a club like Madrid, where everything is about chemistry. You can't just throw a bunch of talent together and hope it works out. But honestly, Mbappe and Vinicius on the same side? Not even the biggest issue right now. Madrid's midfield control is practically non-existent. No one's controlling the tempo, setting the pace, or even distributing the ball properly. There's no one with the ability to ping a pass from one side of the pitch to the other in one go, which Madrid is desperately missing right now. They're playing at a snail's pace, which just gives teams all the time they need to get back into defensive shape. Without someone like Kroos to fire those sharp game-changing passes, Madrid's attack is left hoping for magic from Mbappe or Vini to make something happen. Madrid needs a midfield creator, someone who can dictate play, find those long-range passes, and keep defenders on their toes. Right now, it's just slow build-up, waiting for a moment of brilliance from Mbappe or Vini to break through. That's not a suitable strategy for a team that's aiming to dominate La Liga and Europe. And here's where it gets tricky. Mbappe just doesn't seem to fit perfectly with Madrid's current tactical setup. Under Ancelotti, Madrid usually plays with a wide attack, stretching across about 68 meters. But when Ancelotti was asked about Mbappe's role, he basically hinted that they didn't think this through properly. Mbappe's fit hasn't been as seamless as they hoped. For his entire career, Mbappe's best spot has been on the left wing. He's been at his most dangerous when he's able to use that insane speed, cut inside, and exploit open spaces. We saw that with Monaco. We saw that with PSG. But Madrid? Vinicius Jr. is already owning that left wing spot. And with Vini being a fan favorite and playing at a Ballon d'Or level, there's no way they're moving him just to fit Mbappe in. So now, Mbappe is often playing as a center forward, and that's not really his thing. He's not your classic number 9. He's all about those direct runs in behind the defense, not holding up the ball or linking up play. Against Barcelona, he was caught offside 8 times. And sure, Barca's high line did play a part, but also, Mbappe's not quite clicking in that central striker role. When you compare him to a Haaland or Osimhen, who are masters at timing their runs and exploiting defenders, Mbappe's style just doesn't translate. Look, Madrid had Karim Benzema for years. He was perfect for their system. He'd drop deep, link up with the midfield, and create space with clever positioning. Mbappe, he's more about pacing and breaking in behind, not about holding the ball or waiting for teammates. And then Mbappe's arrival has really thrown Madrid's established system into chaos. Last season, Ancelotti used a diamond midfield with Bellingham as the central attacking midfielder. This allowed you to get forward and score goals from midfield, adding that extra dimension to their attack. But with Mbappe in the picture, Madrid shifted to a 4-3-3, which pushed Bellingham further back, limiting his goal-scoring chances. Mbappe was supposed to be the big star, the Galactico to lead Madrid into the future. But honestly, it's Vinicius who continues to steal the show. Vini's performances have been more intense, almost like he's got something to prove. Maybe he's feeling the pressure of competition for that top spot. Or maybe he remembers those rumors from before, when Madrid supposedly wanted to use him as part of a deal to bring Mbappe in from PSG. Whatever it is, Vinicius is definitely showing up, making Mbappe's impact feel a little overshadowed. But it's not just club football where Mbappe's frustrations are playing out. His recent performances for France have been equally inconsistent. In a recent international match against Italy, he captained the team in a 3-1 loss and barely featured in the game against Belgium. Then, in a controversial move, Mbappe missed 2 more matches, reportedly saying he wanted to focus only on major international games to boost his Ballon d'Or chances. This decision didn't sit well, and the media has gone into overdrive, portraying him as a star under pressure. Someone making more headlines for off-field drama than his on-field brilliance. The numbers are telling a similar story. Mbappe has the lowest expected goals tally since his breakout at PSG, even though he's been firing off more shots. He's in the 99th percentile for shot attempts in La Liga, but his conversion rate sits at a lowly 20.69%. Compare that to Robert Lewandowski, who's at nearly 39%. Showing the kind of clinical finishing Mbappe still needs to add to his game. So what needs to change for Mbappe and Madrid? First, both sides need to recognize the issues. Former Madrid player Luis Garcia said that Mbappe has to adapt quickly, particularly in understanding his teammates' movements and the team's patterns. To thrive as a central forward, Mbappe needs to borrow a page from Benzema's book, dropping deeper, linking up with others, and being more physical in the box. He's played with world-class forwards like Giroud and Cavani, so there's no reason he can't learn from them and elevate his game. On Madrid's side, they need to play to Mbappe's strengths, rather than forcing him into a role he's not suited for. Right now, Madrid's midfield isn't doing enough to control the tempo like Kroos used to. Kroos had that unique ability to ping the ball to attackers at the right time, something Madrid desperately needs. Players like Tchouaméni, Camavinga, and Bellingham are brilliant, but they're not the playmakers Kroos was. Without that, Mbappe's speed and positioning are being wasted as he waits for service that doesn't arrive. Mbappe's situation highlights something interesting. He's kind of a victim of his own success. His incredible performances in League One set expectations through the roof, so now every dip in form feels amplified. Adapting to La Liga's quicker pace and physicality isn't an overnight task. He's still learning to fit into Madrid's style, and his teammates are figuring him out too. But let's be real, time is a luxury he may not have at a club like Real Madrid. Every missed chance, every poor performance gets picked apart because fans expect instant results. So is Mbappe living up to the hype at Madrid, or is it time for a change? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.